Hello, podcast fans. Adam Carolla here. I'm leading the fight against patent trolls who are threatening this medium. It's not about me. It's about the podcast you're listening to right now. If I go down, this show could be next. Visit fundanything.com/patent troll for more information on how you can keep podcasting alive. Thank you and mahalo.
I'm a working man. I gotta pay my bill.
These guys were pimping it like it was candy.
A pack of wild dogs took over and successfully ran a Wendy's.
Oh, look at me, the millionaire who goes to see doctors.
You filthy animal.
What is this, a parade?
The game is cold, but it's gravy.
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
The only thing I think of when I think of my kids growing up in this country, if they say, Dad, what do we have left that's American owned? And I say, son, I mean, there's not much to choose from, but that's what we have Pabst Blue Ribbon for.
Child, please.
Alright, guys. Pass the Gravy, episode number 20. Andrew Packard filling in for Curtis. I guess you're pinch hitting, is that the way?
Yeah,
we would say
yeah,
it?
the DH.
And we've got Owen Dunn.
Hello.
At Dunn of the Dead on Twitter.
Yes, please add me.
Alright, our first thing is that you host, or you do a fast food review.
Yes, I try and review the newest fast food items that are out. Whatever big thing comes out, whatever there's commercials for, I try and review that so people know if they should waste their money on the garbage food.
Absolute worst thing you've tried.
Absolute worst thing?
Yeah.
Easily the Papa John's double cheeseburger pizza.
Really?
By far the worst, probably thing I've ever eaten, honestly.
Does it have pickles on it?
It has pickles.
No way.
Pickles instead of pepperoni.
Oh my
So
god.
What a horrible substitution.
Where pepperoni would be, they put a pickle. They're like,
What?
it's round.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, it's fucking-
They'll like it.
I've never thrown away half a pizza before.
Oh my
You don't throw away
gosh.
pizza. But I threw away half of that. I almost threw up. And people have commented, this pizza made me throw up. I threw this shit is garbage, disgusting. You should find this at the bottom of a dumpster. Like, this is what it tastes like. All this
Thanks a lot, Peyton Manning.
It was bad. It was bad. And but they just came out with the sweet chili chicken pizza, which is pretty fucking delicious.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty fucking
What's on that?
It is. Oh, well, to go back to the double cheeseburger, they replaced the tomato sauce with, like, mustard and ketchup mix.
Oh, God.
And,
They went really hardcore on that, huh?
yeah, and it was fucking, so bad. It was so fucking bad. It's like, if I want to eat a fucking cheeseburger, why don't I just eat a cheese, like, that's what I'm going to eat. I can cuss on here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Just making sure. And, but the sweet chili chicken has, like, this, almost like sweet and sour sauce instead of tomato sauce, and it has red peppers and almost like the specialty chicken from Domino's. It's almost like chicken nugget pieces on it, and onions, I think, was what it has on it, and it is really good. That's really good.
What was that the one you've been the most pleasantly surprised about?
The most pleasantly surprised
that you had like horrible expectations going into, but we're just like, no, it's not that bad.
The McDonald's chicken, was it home style chicken burger? Some shit like that. I don't know what it is.
Is it grilled or fried?
Well, they have grilled or fried.
Oh, okay.
And I went fried.
Of course.
And,
of course.
And I was pleasantly surprised by that. It actually tastes like an In-N-Out burger.
Oh, okay.
An animal-style In-N-Out burger.
Awesome.
Which is fucking good. So I was very surprised by that. It was $8, though. Most of these things on these that I review, they taste good, but their prices are, like, it's fast food.
Because it's like their new things.
Right.
Like, we're going to charge $12 for it.
Yeah.
I was checking you out when Alex said you were going to be on the show, and I was like, watching the videos, like, oh, this poor guy has to eat a lobster sandwich from Quiznos.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wow, shit's good.
Actually, I take that back. That lobster sandwich was fucking great.
I was like, man.
There's a lost episode where I also tried the lobster mac and cheese. And I recorded that and I never released it. And that shit was delicious too. That shit was great too. Yeah. So shockingly, because I was like, oh, this is going to be so garbage. Really, really good. So.
Well, we brought up the fact that you do the fast food review.
Yes.
Because right now, in front of us, we have the Blake Shelton barbecue pizza from Pizza Hut.
That's a guy not afraid to put his name on some shit.
When I think pizza, I think country music. And when I think country music, I can't think anybody better than Blake Shelton.
Do they have an Adam Levine flavor?
Yeah, it's like the
douchebag pizza.
It had Jared Leto flavor. It came with eyeliner on it.
I want a Shakira pizza.
I'd do that. That's a shake for you. So why don't you bite into that?
Well, first you got to go. How much was the pizza?
The pizza is $26.20 for both of them.
For both of them, so it's about $12 to $13 for a pizza, which is high. I think $12 for a pizza is quite a bit. I mean, it was fine in the '90s, but there's a lot of competition. So
right, yeah.
I'm used to paying
when
like
you go to
$6
Little
to $8. Little Caesars for $5. So a $12 pizza really has to knock my fucking socks off. And then you go for smell. Does it smell delicious? It smells like a rugged country singer. It smells like
I can smell his mouth
in a good way
from this pizza.
It smells good. So then you take the slice, and what's difficult when you do the reviews is that you have to set up all the camera shit, get it back, and eat and review it while it's still warm. It's hard to do. It's hard if I can get this shit together. So then you take the first bite. I've been chewed out before that I didn't show my first bite. So
here we go. He's taking the first bite. I saw him. He's chewing it.
Okay. So you gotta figure out.
This is a process.
It is. It's definitely a process.
Not an easy job.
So what all is on this? What constitutes this pizza? You know.
It looks like brisket, barbecue sauce.
Well,
I see some ham on here.
I wish I would have kept open the tab that I had ordered it from. That would have probably helped.
It definitely looks good.
It looks good. It definitely tastes like barbecue.
You feel like you're at a Memorial Day barbecue? Is that the flavor you're getting from it?
I'm definitely getting a brisket flavor. The barbecue sauce is very smoky flavoring, mesquite. I believe I feel
Packard's, he's sniffing it like he would a fine wine.
1998 barbecue sauce, California.
Yes, this is
aged 7 years.
I think it's good.
It's his smokehouse barbecue pizza. That's what it is.
Okay. I think there's one of my main complaints for a lot of these pizzas, especially from Papa John's, is that they don't put a lot of meat on the pizza. This pizza has a shitload of meat on it.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a bite yet where there's not a big old hunk of meat, which is important. Because the double cheeseburger pizza I had, no meat.
What?
And I was like, where's the double?
Cheese, pickles, mayonnaise, and ketchup?
Yeah, pretty much.
Really?
And I was like, I hate to see if this was a single cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know where I can find where it's got all on it.
It's just like
But
brisket,
it looks like
ham, barbecue sauce.
Yeah,
and
ham. Maybe some hamburger a little bit.
The ham adds a lot to it, the saltiness of it.
I really like it.
I like it too, actually. I'm kind of a pizza purist.
Pizza can't be that bad.
I've said it before on my thing is, I'm kind of the pizza guy that likes the tomato sauce,
right,
pepperoni, cheese, and then you add from there. I'm not really a big fan of switching the tomato sauce out with barbecue sauces. I'm kind of like, that's not really pizza anymore. But this one's good. And that comes down, my reviews usually go down, would I buy this pizza again? I would buy
You would?
I would buy this pizza again. This is pretty damn good. I'm getting a second.
Now,
slice.
can you name a Blake Shelton song?
Fuck.
Hell no.
I hope he has a song about pizza. That'd be dope.
Yeah, how does he not? He can't not have one now.
He's got
right?
to.
That's gotta be like an album.
Is he married? He's married to somebody famous, right?
I don't know. Isn't he? He's the guy from.
The Voice, dude.
I was about to say America's Got Talent. That would have been wrong. What's the difference? Those are the same thing, right? Like, you pretty much, the winner is always like a singer in all of them, right?
You know, I always wondered, like...
Because America's Got Talent, it's like, oh, well, you can be an acrobat. And it's like, does anybody ever see the acrobat win? No, you see the singer
If you
win.
did win, then it's like, what else are you going to do? You have to keep just being an acrobat.
Like,
Like,
yeah.
there's no, like, getting better from there, you know?
I tried to do stand-up on there one time. I applied.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. Well, wait, you just pizza. God damn, this is good.
Well, did you know that you can do auditions for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in Houston in a couple of weeks? I'm gonna.
That show still
I'm gonna go
exists?
for it.
Who
Yeah,
hosts that
Is
now?
it Regis
I
Philbin
know,
still?
I guess
No,
it's
no,
not
no.
Regis.
I watched it last week. It was Cedric the Entertainer.
No.
Yes, and they don't sit down anymore. You stand the whole time.
Well, that's gonna be more
Sucks.
nerve-wracking.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I don't ever think like,
Some diabetic guy sweating the whole time. What, like, is Regis still alive?
Yeah, he does. Maybe.
No,
Is
it's
he?
Kelly and
Kelly and Michael.
Michael now.
Michael
Yeah.
Strahan.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a weird combination.
Okay, so what did you say you gave this out of?
I don't like to rate based on numbers because I think everybody's rating system is, 5 out of 10. Some people think, how do you rate some fast food? It's all crap when it boils down to it. It's all garbage. But do I think it's worth the $12? I think it is because there's so much meat on this pizza. You can probably eat about 2 or 3 slices and be probably three or 4 slices and be stuffed. You can be stuffed. You can get at least 2 or 3 meals out of this. So 3 divided by 11, that's like,
It's worth the money.
$4 for a meal. Totally legit.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, and it is.
Yeah, I don't hate it at all.
Yeah, I wanted to hate this pizza. I really did.
It's like, I don't know enough about you, Shelton.
And I had pizza for lunch, so I was like, fuck, I'm not going to want to eat pizza. I just ate like a couple hours ago, but I find it hard to not continue eating this. And there's just so much meat on this. It's shocking. When you eat a Papa John's pizza like this, they don't fucking put the meat on it like this. Sorry, Papa John's, because they're my shit.
Is that your
I
favorite
walk in
pizza?
there and they're like, "What's up, Owen?" They're like, "What's up?" They all know me at Papa
They're
John's.
scared you're going to review their pizza badly.
Well,
That's
they come up with
probably it.
better pizza.
Okay, so how did you get into comedy?
I had always wanted to do comedy. Since I was younger, my family watched a lot of TV. Watched TV all the time. And this was when stand-up was on TV constantly. Back in the
Like 90s?
late 80s, early 90s, my parents would watch a shitload of stand-up. And one in particular I remember was John Panette, who recently died. Because he's just a fat fuck. But he was the shit back then. And he had this one line, "You be here for an hour, leave now," this Chinese buffet shit. And my parents would quote that shit all the time. All the time. And we would laugh at that shit all the time. And I was like, man, stand-up comedy's bad. This guy is performing on TV. My family's saying his shit. It's awesome. Gallagher was out smashing watermelons. As like an 7 or 8-year-old watching this guy smash fruit and shit on TV, you're like, this is the shit. This is awesome. And Jeff Dunham was just coming out too, I think. And he only had Peanut at the time, or the old man. And the old man was fucking funny as shit. The old man is the best character. And as a fucking 7-year-old, there's a fucking guy with a puppet cussing. You're like, this is like, yeah, I'm totally in. And I just always wanted to do stand-up after that. And in like middle school, then Tom Green came out. And Tom Green had his own public access show.
Do you remember the Tom Green show on MTV at night?
Dude, don't even. No, I had posters. My friend,
Tom Green? Naked?
Tom Green, it was just
Naked
devil
posters.
horns. And then I had his VHS. I had VHS tapes of his old shit. And on Dynamic Duo Day for homecoming in my high school, me and my friend went. I went as Tom Green, and he went as Glenn Humplick, and we were a team.
I was gonna say I thought he would have gone as a dead moose.
He could have been a dead moose. Definitely, he could have been done. And it was just, I was just a big fan of that shit. And in middle school, I would write. I remember in 8th grade, I had a pad, and I would write jokes as I thought about them, just observations. I would write them down. I wish I had still had that book, because that'd be cool.
You know, a fuck ton of
all my
jokes.
old ass fucking 13-year-old jokes, you know. And kind of forgot about it, but I still wanted to do it. I just like, I don't know when the fuck I'm gonna do that. And this chick, I was living with this chick. We broke up. It was messy as fuck. I had to move back in with my parents, and I was like, didn't know what to do with my life. And I was like, man, I always want to do stand-up. Let me just see what's going on with stand-up in Houston. Let's just see what's going on. Rob Mungle, he says he's going to do it next week.
Brothers.
Yeah, Whiskey Brothers. He was teaching a comedy class coming up in like 2 weeks ahead of time, and I was like, I'm going to do it. I don't care. It was like $100, and I was like, I don't care. I want to do it. And and I signed up for it, went to the class, and that was that. And I was just like, I'm doing this forever.
How long was the class?
It was went for like a couple hours, once a week for like 4 or 5 weeks, and then there was a showcase show at the end of it. And it was awesome.
And that was just kind of what...
And that was just kind of it. Yeah, I was like, I got a laugh or two, and I was at the top of my class. I was in the top 5% of my class, and it was awesome. I made a lot of good friends, and I felt like it was right. It was the right thing to do, and that was it. And in 2 or 3 weeks, it'll be my 6-year anniversary of doing comedy. So
it's a long time.
6 years is longer than any job I've ever had. I've never had any job for over 5 years. So this is
pretty proud of it then.
Pretty proud of it, yeah. That I haven't.
People still want to watch you go.
People, yeah, are still
People
interested.
Still
in
like
me.
hearing me talk.
People still like coming to watch me and watch me eat on the internet.
No, that's brilliant though, because like everybody, like all those douchey shows on TV, were like, well, this 5-star restaurant, that's subpar. You're just like, no, I'm gonna go eat what all you guys are gonna eat. I'm gonna fucking review it, and then I'll give you a realistic idea of what you want.
You see these commercials for this shit all the time. They pay people shitloads of money to make it look delicious, and then you get it, you're like, what is, this is garbage. Man. I want to pay $12 for a pizza, and then it sucks.
Right.
That Taco Cabana. Or not Taco Bell Cabana bowl they had, where they had that like chef lady like, "It is the Taco Bell Cabana," and it made it look all nice, and then you'd go buy it in real life. Like, this is nothing.
I would never
like
buy
it was
that.
on TV. Did you do that one?
I didn't do any of their
like
cantina bowl,
yeah.
their cantina menu.
Yeah.
Because they're always like, "It's our new cantina menu. All these items were created by a chef.
Right.
It's our top-notch shit." It's like, well, that's great, but what have I been eating? Who came up with the other shit I've been eating for the last 28 years?
I feel like any fast food place, whenever they say like, no, this is legit, like this is healthy, then it ends up being the worst food that they have.
Oh yeah.
It's whenever they're like, we're gonna deep fry this burger.
Why the fuck does McDonald's care how much you weigh? It's like, hey, we sold burgers for years.
Make it more
But now
unhealthy.
Grab a salad at McDonald's. You're like, you want to grab a salad? I heard McDonald's has some great salad. Let's go to McDonald's.
You know what's so fucked up is I bought a bag of vegetable chips. Right? I'm like, I'm gonna be healthy. I'm gonna get vegetable.
The fuck is a vegetable chip?
Well, I guess potato chips could be called vegetable chips because they're a fucking potato.
It's just like a Whole Foods way of saying it.
Yeah. It's all like beets or I don't know what the fuck is in a bag of this shit. But you get it and I'm like, I'm so healthy. I'm so healthy. You eat it and then you turn the bag around. Each chip is a gram of fat.
I guess I'm not that healthy. Well, I ate the whole bag, so.
Right, yeah. And there's like 60 in a bag. I'm like, fuck, I'm going to have a goddamn heart attack. And I thought I was being healthy. So everything's bad for you. It's just a matter of how much you eat or...
Everybody's crazy about that like health shit now. Like
I did that the other day.
Really?
I go in and out because after you watch yourself eat... Because I have to go back and edit this shit. Like, It comes up to be 3 or 4 minutes, but it took me fucking 15 minutes to film this shit. And I don't want to just snap judge it either. Like I take a bite. This is great. All right, everybody, buy this pizza. I eat like 2 or 3 slices of it before I give you my full, review of it. And so you eat all that shit, and you're just like, and then you watch yourself like, and you realize I'm disgusting. Like, this is horrible. I'm eating, because you just eat it and you throw it away, and then you move on with your life, and you might feel like shit. But you never see yourself eating and like wiping your mouth and record yourself eating Taco Bell and you'll never eat that shit again.
That's what they should do in like fat camps, like just like show you eating.
It's shaming.
Here's lunch. You can have whatever you want. You're going to a Ryan's.
You're
like Big Brother at the Chinese buffet.
Yeah, it's horrible. You're like,
this is what you look like, you fat ass. And like, you're right. I probably should stop.
I know. I'm like, I don't want to put this on the internet. This is horrible. I don't want people to see me fucking shoving my fucking just food in my mouth, and then you're like, whatever, I'm gonna do it again. Then it gets 6,000 views, and you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna do that again next week. Yeah.
They like what I'm doing, so I'll keep it up.
They're like, thanks for killing yourself. It's the slowest televised suicide. Okay. It's like, watch me eat poison, and I'll tell you if this poison's delicious. That's how I feel every week. It's getting tough. I'm doing it I should be doing it I was doing it every week. Now I do it I post one every other week, just because.
Are you getting people requesting them to you?
People request. I take requests, and if it's a great, because I don't sit there and Google like.
What's the newest fast food thing coming out?
There is a site. It's called GrubGrade that I use, and GrubGrade usually tells you ahead of time what's coming out, and they're pretty good about that. And I did one one of the worst ones I did was the best fish sandwich. For Lent. I did it for Lent. I was this is something people need. They need to know what the best fast food sandwich is. Best seafood sandwich. I went to I went to Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's, and Jack in the Box.
You didn't go to Long John Silver's for a fish
Didn't go to Long
sandwich?
John's. I was going to get the lobster bites from there.
Oh my god.
I can't go to Long John Silver's. I think Long John Silver's is just disgusting.
I have had a craving for Long John Silver's for about 2 weeks now.
I gag every time I even hear the name.
I haven't had it in so long. I used to just eat the shit
Little
in the crust.
yeah.
Fuck, just give me all that. Just put it in a dustpan, fucking shovel that in my mouth. Oh, man. Yeah, so I will have Little Caesars very soon. But it was tough because we had to go. You have to go to all those places in one night. You go to Burger King, and you're like, okay, here's the sandwich. And then you're like, fuck. And you're like trying to do it quickly so the food doesn't get cold and shit.
Fish fillet doesn't age well.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And not only that, I'm doing this review at like 10 o'clock at night. So this is like the fucking grease things have been fucking making chicken nuggets and shit all day.
They're not top notch.
Oh, no. That was really bad. I would take a bite and be like, it's bad. Okay, next one, it's bad too. Okay.
I'll try one more. Nope, bad also.
I just threw them, I
Have you ever thrown up from one?
I haven't thrown up from one. I'm hoping, I got real close on that double cheeseburger. Seriously, oh my God. Double cheeseburger was the worst. I don't know what y'all were thinking.
So I mean, you have a hilarious series, Apartment 8 on YouTube.
Yeah, tell us about that.
How did you, before we go into Apartment 8, how did you go from Apartment 8 to like, I'm just going to do some food reviews?
Well, we started, it all goes back. I was actually trying to do food reviews several years ago, but I just never did it. I was like, nobody's going to watch this. Nobody cares about this. And I went to L.A. I was thinking about moving to L.A. Was supposed to move there. I went to go visit for a week, and I ran into Albert. Albert was living in L.A. at the time, living in a studio apartment, and paying like $1,200 for rent for this.
Sounds like L.A.
thing in the hood. And I get out there, and he's like, dude, we're moving back, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I want to move to L.A. And he's like, well, I'm moving back. When we come back, let's just start cranking out. Let's just make videos until somebody sees us and discovers us and puts us on some shit. And let's just keep making videos until somebody does that shit. So he moved back. I took all the money I had saved for LA. I had saved like, maybe $2-3 grand to go to LA. And I was like, let's just invest. I was going to invest this in comedy by moving to LA. Now I'm just going to stay in Houston and let's take this money. I went and bought a camera, I bought lighting, I bought all sorts of shit, programs and all this shit. And we're just too lazy to go outside usually. So we're like, well, let's just call it Apartment 8. So we don't have to like leave the apartment. We can just shoot everything.
Stay here.
And that'll be the excuse is that, well, it's Apartment 8, so everything happens inside of Apartment 8. And we're just cranking out videos until somebody wants to put us on a show to write for it or something. I really don't care. Just pay me money and I'll make videos.
So you and Albert write everything for...
We don't really write anything.
It's just like, we got an idea. Let's...
Pretty much.
Wow.
What we've been doing lately is we've kind of been changing it because we didn't know what the hell we were doing. I've never shot anything before. My day job, I edit, but I don't know anything about shooting.
Can you say where you work?
I work at I just work at a local TV station, and I edit shit for them. But I don't really shoot anything or do lighting or anything like that.
So was it completely foreign to you, or had you done it before?
I had never done it before, shooting portion of it. But when I was a kid, directing movies and doing stand-up comedy was like my two things I really wanted to do. So I was like, oh, this will satisfy me doing this shit.
Like you're like a hybrid of both now.
Yeah, which is like I'm exactly where I want to be, but lower than where I'm around.
Trying to climb the ladder.
Yeah, I'm around where I want to be right now. So it's a nice place to be. But where was I going with that? I do that a lot.
Well, I was just gonna say,
no, we don't write. We don't write any of that shit. Really, you
kind of have an idea and then you go in there and just let it happen.
Kind of. Well, not even. Honestly,
really?
We don't even do that. What we've been doing lately on the last couple is we get together on Monday nights for an open mic. And we kind of just kick around, like, hey, wouldn't that be funny if we do that tomorrow, or that. But when we first started, he would walk in the door, we'd sit there and eat, and then be like, we should just do this thing, and then we would just, okay, that's a good idea, and just set up the camera and just start saying shit, and then I would say shit, and then we would just edit, and then just put it together. And that was just a pain in the ass, editing-wise, where it's just like us just talking for hours, and you have to go through all that footage.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you got to go through all that shit, and then find a way for it to
get 2 minutes of gold and
right to make it all go together.
People that have never edited will never ever understand. Like when you see a TV show, there are hours of things you're never going to even have an idea about because they had to be cut out because they weren't funny, they weren't interesting enough. Yeah. Somebody didn't want them in.
That's what happens a lot. Is I have a lot of comedian friends, and they're like, "Hey, I got this idea for a sketch. We'll do this and we'll do that." I'm like, "That sounds great." But do you have any idea how long that's going to take?
Right.
Because I'll just set it up and we'll shoot
like a day-long event.
And then you just plug the pieces together, you just glue them all together, and that's it. It's like, there's so
we have to sit and watch all of them.
Yeah, you have to watch them. Find the best take, and I don't run it perfect. And the improv shit is fine because you're always hearing the Judd Apatow movies. Oh yeah, we improv most of it and all that shit. Yeah, that's fine for the actors, but the fucking editors are like, fucking son of a bitch. Can we
I watched 4,000 hours of video.
Of just take after take, and you have to figure out what the best one is. Movie. Yeah, find out what the best one is. Does it make sense with his best take? What if my best take and my funniest line and his funniest line don't go together? Then that's fucked, and you got to find that. It's just a pain in the ass. But now we're a little more structured. We kind of flush it out more and kind of write a loose script about what we're going to do just for my own sanity because Albert doesn't edit. I'm the only one. I shoot and edit the whole fucking thing usually after my day job of editing. So
yeah, all you ever do is edit.
All I do is
edit, and then occasionally now you can stand up, right?
Seriously, I do a lot less stand up than I was doing before. I am doing the least amount of stand-up I've probably ever done.
You've opened
5
for
years.
a ton of people. You opened for Aries Spears, Godfrey,
Godfrey,
all of the Whiskey Brothers.
Maria Bamford.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She was the coolest. She was one of the coolest people I've worked with. She was so much fun. I got off stage and she was like, one of my jokes. Her and I had talked about this joke that we actually talked about writing a lot beforehand, and she was talking about because she's like real goofy on stage. She's a real goofy character, and she's like, I'm trying to do some more serious stuff, but audience, people aren't used to it. And I see, like Louis C.K. or other people doing like real hard-hitting, like important stuff, and I'm over here. Here's a character, whatever.
Right. Using voices,
right? Using voices and shit. And then, but then you talk to these other comics who do the serious shit, and they're like, man, I wish I could do voices. And I was like, yeah. And I'm usually pretty goofy. I do jokes about fast food and just being a piece of shit and all that stuff. And I had this one joke where I was talking about minimum wage and them raising minimum wage. And I was telling her about it. I was like, yeah, I'm trying to get more serious, but it's kind of hard to do. And so I did it on stage. I did the joke on stage, and it didn't do very well. And I mentioned it on stage. I'm like, well, I'll never do that joke again or something like that. And I walked up to the stage. It closed well. The set went great. I walk up to the stage. She's standing on the side of the stage, and she's like, she's like, I thought that joke was really funny. I think you have something for it. But she's like jumping up and down on the side. So I grab her hands, and we're jumping up and down. I'm like, this is Maria Bamford, and we're jumping up and down together. And she thought it was funny. And she tweeted, like, oh, I'm going to celebrate tonight. And I was like, this is like the coolest.
Yeah.
This is the fucking coolest thing ever. But, yeah, I've been lucky enough to work with a lot of cool people.
Get to host up at the Improv in Houston for a while.
Host, do some feature time too. That's good. The feature time you're in the middle. You're doing a little longer, doing 20 to 30 minutes, and that's the sweet spot. You want to be feature. I know. You want to be you want to be feature because host sucks. Host sucks. Nobody's had a drink yet.
Right.
They're just like, nobody came to see. Nobody knows who the fuck you are.
You gotta keep going back.
Yeah.
Who the fuck's this guy?
And nobody came to see you.
Bring out the funny guys.
A lot of times people don't even come till 20 minutes into the show to skip the first guy because they think he's going to suck ass anyway.
Right.
So they're not. I kind of like the host spot because people have such low expectations for you that if you fucking kill it, they're like, wow.
You can't be worse than Nick Cannon, right?
I don't think I've ever seen him do stand-up before.
He's a host of whatever stupid reality show.
I don't watch any of that shit.
That stuff. I don't watch it either, but I've seen him before. And he's awful.
I can't critique someone because, that show's an hour long, but edited down
forever.
for like
4 hours.
Probably. He has to be on for like fucking 4 hours. They're like high energy, all that shit. Fuck.
No, I remember like when I went to school and learned all the editing stuff. Like this is why it takes 6 years for a movie to come out.
Yeah.
Now. You gotta go edit it or you gotta go shoot it, and then here's 12 years worth of film.
There's a shitload
Find
of film.
2.5 hours and make that.
Y'all watch that show Shark Tank?
Oh fuck yeah!
That show's amazing.
Oh, I love Shark Tank.
But they sit there and negotiate, and it's like a 4-minute thing per like aspiring business person. But I was reading about it, and they sit there for hours.
Oh yeah,
like
it's a big
bouncing.
deal.
Yeah, I mean, it's millions of dollars at stake. But you think like, oh shit, okay, well, Mark Cuban knows what he wants.
Yeah, he wrapped that up quick.
10%, yeah, whatever. But no, they sit there for hours, and they make it look like it's nothing.
Yeah.
My girlfriend really likes the show Survivor, so like living with her, I've kind of started watching it. I kind of got back into it. But
I didn't know that show was still on.
I didn't either.
It's like, I think they're on season 30 next.
I was gonna say, is it like?
I remember watching it in like junior high school.
I watched the first 2
elementary.
seasons, and I was like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, but I remember watching that and seeing the little like challenges they have, and just thinking, knowing how long it takes editing, I was like, I bet that was they took a whole goddamn day
that was a whole day
to shoot a fucking immunity challenge where they're like, well, we gotta crawl up a ladder, then find a fish barrel, and then untie this knot. And then...
You notice they're never out of breath because they've been waiting for the camera guy.
Like, just do it again.
Can I sit in the shade or some shit?
Cameraman's tired of shit.
Are we gonna get food?
The reality show I'm into right now is, there's 2 of them. there is Face Off on Sci-Fi. They're both on Sci-Fi Channel. Face Off on Sci-Fi Channel is dope as fuck.
Explain that.
It is professional. It's these guys that are trying to be professional makeup artists. But, like, not, like, makeup, like, put blush on and shit. It's, like, make them look like aliens and make them look like monsters and creatures and shit. They do full body, like,
That's pretty cool.
body casting and shit. And it's almost like Project Runway, but
For
instead of making
nerds.
dresses and shit, they make them into aliens and all sorts of dope shit. It's awesome.
It's manly.
It's somewhat manly. It's somewhat manly. And mostly nerdy.
Yeah. I was saying, like, that's the most glamour a nerd will get for making somebody into an alien.
But what's great about it is they have, you know, a lot of these shows, they have, like, bullshit judges. Like, and here's this guy, he's on a radio station, or you know, Paula Abdul, she had a hit song fucking 20 years ago. They have, like, makeup artists. She's won 3 Academy Awards.
Oh, shit.
She did this and this, and she made the fucking raptor in Jurassic Park. Like, all this, like, you're like, damn, this is... These people have legit credits.
They should just put, like, legit action star. Like, Arnold Schwarzenegger's seen some aliens.
Right,
So he's going to know.
He knows what the alien's going to look like. And then the second show is Jim Henson's Creature Shop.
Oh.
Which is
That sounds
fucking awesome. It's just like Face Off. Almost the same studio and shit, but they make badass puppets.
Just like Muppets puppets?
Like, almost, but like, you know that show Dinosaurs? Remember that show Dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Like that shit.
Oh, wow.
It's on Netflix now.
Yeah. And they have, the judges are the guys who made the dinosaurs.
Wow.
And you're like, fuck.
So they're not fucking around.
They don't fuck around either. And the head judge is Jim Henson's son.
Wow.
And you win a job at the Jim Henson workshop. And the guy who comes around and helps you, you know, like the Make It Work guy.
Right.
It's like the head developer of mechanics. And they're making eyes, robotic eyes, and fucking mouth movements and all sorts of shit in the puppet.
Gosh.
It is a badass show. If you have fucking on-demand Comcast or whatever the fuck.
So they're competing.
They're competing. There's like
for
10
a
of
job.
them. Yeah. And there's like 8 episodes maybe. It's pretty short, but it is. I can watch that shit all day. I can watch people make.
Like
Amazing.
I want to be a puppeteer now. I don't know how you become a puppeteer.
Yeah, like, what a vague.
But there's some guy. There's a guy that gets in the suit and they're very professional.
You have to wear like
at what
all
they do.
black spandex, everything, so
and
you
they
don't show up.
And
when
they
you're
know
talking.
what they're doing. Like they get into the mind of this creature.
I would imagine
and
they're
do
pretty
this
weird
shit.
dudes.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You gotta be. Like I was.
Which totally adds to the interesting, like, how interesting the show can be.
I'm so into fucking horse racing.
Are you really?
Oh yeah. Is that
A
next
commercial
week?
for horse racing just came
Fucking
on.
the
so
Belmont.
I was stuck into that. You think California Chrome gets it done?
I hope to God.
My
I hope to
favorite.
God.
My favorite thing with horse racing is everybody's like, "Yeah, I really think we're gonna have a triple crown
Every year.
a triple crown.
Our cripple trail.
We're gonna have a triple crown winner." You're like, "Oh, really?" Because like you've totally talked a bunch of horse racing to me before.
Yeah, you say everybody wants it to happen.
And on ESPN or whatever the fuck the channel is that shows it, they're like, "Well, you're right. That horse did run faster than all of the other horses. It finished way earlier."
Oh no, it gets way deep. I'm so into like a lot of people get into horse. It's almost like people that like basketball during the final or hockey during the finals.
Mm-hmm.
I horse race during the whole season when it's here in Houston. I fucking go all the
Really?
time.
How awesome would it be if like any other job had the ending that you had if you win the Kentucky Derby and horse racing? It's like the rest of your life you're just gonna fuck bitches. Like we're gonna bring chicks to you and you will just have sex with them.
That's what stand-up comedy is.
Give them your sperm.
That's what stand-up comedy is.
Women always come up to you like, "I need you to breed my daughter."
Yeah, please. Fuck me. I'll give you $1,000 or fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars. Because we ran really fast.
That's odd. Like, what if you won the World Series and like women were just like, "I want a child that's gonna be in the major leagues. Can you just have sex with me?"
I bet people.
I don't think it takes the finals for women to do that.
But no, but like the Kentucky Derby is like the Super Bowl of horse racing.
It's like
right?
Usain Bolt getting fucking
$500
grand to go fuck some bitch else.
You can run faster than everybody else, right?
Horse racing's tight. We've got a lot of. I'm totally into history. I go to the Sam Houston over here. Every time there's the Kentucky Derby, I go.
Oh my
I've
god!
gone, like, the
On
last 4
Fridays,
years.
it's like $1 for a beer.
$1 beer night, and you
50
buy
cent beers.
you buy 15 beers and set them all out on one table. And
I got the pass. I get in for free. I figured out how to do it. You get this pass. You get in for free. It's 50-cent beers.
Win like one race and you made all your money back.
Oh, yeah. No, it's great. It's fucking awesome.
I've never won a race.
I just bet the favorites a lot because I don't know
anything. Oh, I can't bet the favorites.
Well, maybe not the favorites, but I bet like the place. Place is third, right?
Show is
third. I bet all that, and I'm like, I know I can get top 3, right?
Yeah, there's only like 6 horses.
I'll get a couple bucks.
I've never won a lot of money. I think the most money I ever won was like $40, and it was on the Derby one time.
That's amazing.
Have you ever been there and just been behind the guy that's like, I will place $40 million on Seabiscuit? And you're like,
I'll tell you what.
Damn. Seabiscuit's back?
He made a comeback?
The first time I ever went.
Michael Jackson?
The first time I ever went, I didn't know what I was doing. Never been there before. And if you've ever been to a horse track, it's a seedy place. Like, it's like, if I was ever on the run... These guys are creepy as fuck. The guys that hang out at horse tracks 24 hours a day are
like old dudes doing comb-overs the whole time, sitting there with
like
their computers.
Filipino guys and like the fucking money visors. Like
yeah. Where do you buy those?
I don't know. That place is scary as fuck. I went there and I was fucked. Before we got there, I was fucked up. I was fucking just out of it. Completely out of it. Didn't know what the fuck was going on. My friend's like, let's go to the horse track. All right, whatever. I get there, I'm betting, and this guy comes up to me. He's like, "Hey man, here's a voucher for $25. Bet on whatever." And I'm like, "For what? Like why? Yeah, why?
Do I need to meet you in the bathroom or something?"
He was the creepiest dude.
You cut a hole out in the stall?
So I just put it in my pocket because I was like, what if I lose? He's going to be like, well, you owe me $20 now. I was like, well, I don't have $20. Well, you're going to earn it. You know, that's the whole scenario that went over my head.
You're being safe.
Yeah,
playing it safe.
Playing it safe.
I don't want to get raped.
But then I ended up just taking I just took his money. Then I just kept the $25 and just ran off with it.
Can I get this in beers?
He was like, whatever you win, just bring me the winnings and you keep the rest. I was like, this is so weird.
Why won't you just bet it?
Yeah, I was like, I'm sure you know more than I do. And now I don't know how a fucking girl feels at a bar. I feel like...
Yeah, I guess that probably is like one of the better ways of relating how women feel when men come up to them. Like, hey, you want a drink? You're like, I do, but I don't want to have sex with you.
I've, what am I...
Because that's kind of what every guy's
basically what it
when
means.
They come up and ask you what it
Here's a drink. Can I get...
Will you suck my dick
does
later
this
on?
Convert to what's the conversion rate
Can I see your boobs yet?
For a vodka cranberry?
Can I just go in ahead of time and say I'm going to buy you 3 vodka cranberries and see your tits now? Like... We know what's going to happen eventually.
Yeah. I dated this one girl. I guess we couldn't even say we were dating because we never went out anywhere.
You had sex a lot.
We didn't have sex. She blew me a few times. And great. Fantastic. And then I was like, well, let's have sex. She's like, we can't have sex until you take me out on a date.
Wow. I mean, at least you got a couple blowjobs.
And I was like, well, I guess we're done here. See you later. I was like, can I just give you the cash that I was going to go spend on a fucking date? I'm already at your house. I just give you the $20. How much is Chili's? $15? Here's the fucking 15. Can we have sex now? If that's what it comes down to, me spending money.
Throw a little extra in for the skillet queso.
Oh, yeah. And then you can take the little, the skillet, what's that thing? The oven mitt.
Oh, yeah.
The oven mitt. You slide that on your cock. That's a fucking...
What?
You never done that before?
No.
There's like 6 listeners who worked at Chili's for a small amount of time who were like, yes, dude.
I completely understand
I used to steal all the time from restaurants.
What would you steal?
I would not steal anything of real value.
What is the real value at a restaurant? Nothing.
I'm a 23-year-old man.
Like
money,
pots and pans and money, I guess.
I stole
besides
plates
that.
and Katz's. I stole a plate one time.
You worked at Katz's?
No, I just went there one time. I just stole that shit.
Yeah.
Menus. I stole the most bold thing. 2 bold things. Went to Houston's. This pretty fucking fancy.
Amazing Caesar salad.
Yeah.
Off the West End?
Yeah, this one right over here. Actually, I went for a homecoming, and they have these like really nice sugar bowls. They're like globes, and you slide it. You like pinch it and pull it open.
Slide sugar in it.
And I just took the whole fucking thing. I took the whole.
Shit's mine now.
I was like, this is a badass ashtray now. Now it's a badass ashtray. And then I went into McDonald's one time, and they had a fucking, what do they call these? The wet floor signs.
Yeah.
Big-ass wet floor sign. Originally, I went in to steal their combo menu thing that they have on the, when you pay, there's always like a thing that shows you what the new menus are. I was going to steal that. But I was like, fuck it, I'll just, because somebody was like, what can I help you with this? I'm not going to steal it in front of their face. So I just grabbed, my friend was waiting outside in the like getaway vehicle.
The
like
getaway
we were fucking
van.
robbing a fucking bank or some shit. It's like 16.
You had masks on.
And I just grabbed that shit and just ran outside. And it was, we acted like we had fucking just shot
How
somebody.
old were you?
Scott, fucking 16 or 17.
Oh, okay.
When
26.
Yeah,
Like,
I really wanted that combo meal for my wall.
gotta have it.
when I was in high school with our normal co-host Curtis Chafin, he one time not robbed, but he was like, I'm gonna steal the centerpiece in a Taco Bell. And so
The centerpiece?
it was like
What is a centerpiece?
like literally it was the dumbest thing anyone in the world could have stolen. It was like a little like Mayan-looking flower vase with one flower in it.
Okay.
He stole two of them, and we were both hammered when we got Taco Bell because that's what you do when you get hammered. You go to Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And we stole them when we went home, and we fell asleep. And the next day, he's like, "Dude, you gotta take me back to that Taco Bell. You gotta take me back. They're gonna arrest me." I was like, "I don't think they're gonna arrest you. That was probably like $5
Yeah.
that you cost them." And he was like, "I will give you $20 if you'll drive up there and take it in there." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'm down." And they gave me $20, and I walked in and I was like, "Hey, my friend stole this last night. He was drunk. I'm sorry." And they're like, "Oh."
Yeah.
Oh, like they were shocked as much as
Why
I
didn't you
was.
bring it back? We're trying to get rid of those.
Okay.
I imagined this
I was like,
horrible
yeah, sure, I'm
scenario when I took the wet floor sign. I was like, some kid's gonna fall and fucking bust his head, and it's all
And
because of
sue,
me. Yeah.
and sue because of you.
And it's all because of
millions
me.
of
They got me
dollars.
on camera. I know it. They're gonna fucking find me because this kid fell and all this shit. Oh my god, I didn't sleep.
So I moved into this house a couple months ago, and we needed a fridge because the fridge that the house came with was broken, and the landlord's a piece of shit. And so I just kind of posted some on Facebook, and this woman who I knew growing up was like, "Yeah, I got a fridge. It's been sitting in my garage forever, but it works fine. Like, it's perfectly good. It's just a little old." And I was like, "I don't care. I'll take a free fridge. Heck yeah." So I get there, and like the whole front is just covered in rust stains. Like, it just looks like somebody
But it's
like
free.
shat in their hand and just like rubbed it all over the front door. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna not take it. I mean, if it works, it works. And so we had it up there. It just looks disgusting. And so last few months, everywhere we go, we're like, hey, you guys like give out stickers?
you trying to cover it up?
I got a kid at home. Like, he likes stickers. Like every time I go to Specs, like wow,
Like
you
the
really
rabbit.
love these rabbit stickers. I'm like, yeah. But when you go to places like Sun and Ski or like Academy, oh my gosh, I'm just like yanking stickers off of tags
Oh, because
everywhere.
every board short thing you buy has 4 stickers on
exactly.
it.
It's amazing. I don't feel bad at all. Like some kid's gonna be like, oh shit, I didn't get my Quicksilver sticker.
Do you think anybody ever buys those board shorts because like, I got this sweet sticker on it?
I don't know.
Yes.
I mean, I'm tempted to just because I really want stickers for my fridge, so people don't judge me in our hygiene. Like, it just looks gross.
No, that's what I hate that shit. I have my apartment complex has hard water, and if you don't know what hard water is, that's where it looks like the Tin Man diarrhea on your fucking toothbrush. Because if you
don't know if it's shit coming out of the faucet or water.
You're like brown, just
well, I
brown
paid the water
shit.
bill. I know it should be
It
water.
smells like nickels, and you're just like,
It's supposed to be clear.
It smells like pennies, and it's fucking horrible. And girls come, I have a friend, girl, whatever, come over, and she's like, okay, go. She goes to the bathroom, wash her hands. Ow! She thinks that she just shit just came all over her hands, but
It actually just drains from the toilet into the faucet.
yeah, it's just a shitload of rust in these pipes, and I'm like, I can't drink. I'm like, I'm bathing in this lead. I don't know what is.
Yeah, I liked when you sign an apartment least in Houston, they're like, oh, hey, by the way, we have like lead-based paint. We've got all asbestos.
The blinds are made of lead.
Everything is pretty much going to cause you cancer. So if you want to live here for more than 2 years, you're probably going to get that.
Yeah.
We're just giving you the warning. You need to sign this so we don't get sued.
We're giving you a heads up. Yeah.
You have to sign like 64 pages before you can sign a lease here.
Yeah, there's about 8, and then you're like initial here. Now this part,
just draw a smiley face in that one. Now draw a picture of a duck in this next one.
There's a Native American graveyard beneath your floor, but just sign here. And
after you've signed like 6 places, they're like, and this section here, this is just to confirm that you have been told that you are on an Indian burial ground, and
you're probably going to die.
Someone was murdered in your apartment. You're like, wait, what? It's like, what?
No one told me that prior to. Well, look, I'm just the guy that tells you to sign.
No joke. The last house I lived in, one night, ironically, after I saw Paranormal Activity 2, which was a shitty movie, but, you know, just enough.
Was Paranormal Activity 1 a shitty movie?
Yes, but
you can watch them all.
You know, like, yeah, dude, watch them, bro.
You watch them.
But, like, it's just, like, it's a terrible movie and you know it, but it does enough to, like, tighten up your butthole when you're watching it. And
that's all you
want. I get home and my roommates are out of town, and I swear to God, I swear on everything, a door slams, like, somewhere in my house, and I'm sitting in my room. And I'm just like, oh, damn it. So I, like, go to a friend's house. Because I'm not like...
That's probably a monster.
Yeah. Like, I'm not scared, but I just saw this shit happen, and then, like, a little child came out and murdered him. So I'm not taking any chances.
Yeah, it looked like it was on this video camera I've got in my corner.
Exactly. And so
it's probably real.
I leave next morning, I call my landlord, and I'm just like, hey,
You got fucking ghosts.
Like, I was like, hey, what's, have you noticed anything weird? Like, is there anything weird about the house, like, in the history? Like, has anybody ever got, like, really hurt? Or, because I didn't want to sound like I was worried that somebody died there. And she was like, oh, absolutely, my husband died of a heart attack there. And I was like, what? You didn't, like, tell us? You didn't, like, say anything?
Can we get, like, half off next month's rent?
Oh, it was like, well, I think he misses you guys because this door slammed. And she's like, oh, it's probably the AC or something.
Yeah, he slammed a lot of doors.
He had a heart attack. He stares at me in my sleep
all the time. I was just like, oh, my God. Yeah, of course, nobody believes that story, but...
I think there's such thing as ghosts in real life, though.
You know, there's a lot of shit we don't know.
I'm not that smart, though, so I can't be like, no, there's no such thing, because there probably
I believe that there's some other shit that we can't even fucking...
Like, with, like, aliens and shit, you're like, can we really be the only ones that have, like, this...
We're just so...
Part of me is like...
Maybe the aliens have seen us and be like, we don't want to fuck with this.
The internet would have, like, ruined their cover by now. Like,
but they kind of
the internet would have, like, fucked them over. And, I like, people... I guess, I don't know, everybody just wants to say something, but... I don't know, man. Like, I believe it, but, like, I don't really think that they're, like, fucking our days up. You know, like, they're not...
What about Ancient Aliens? You watch Ancient Aliens?
Is that where the dude has, like, the hair?
Yeah.
What?
On History Channel?
Ancient Aliens? It's
no,
basically
I don't watch
saying...
History Channel,
it's basically saying that everything in our history, like, the way humans became so developed, is that aliens came and, like, made the pyramids... with their fucking laser beams and gravity, anti-gravity shit, and there's like really intricate art and all these different different signs and artwork in caves that are like in completely different parts of the world that, you know, they're like, how the fuck did they talk to each other?
There's like,
what if we just had like a really smart like back in the day, we just had a bunch of really smart motherfuckers that like somehow knew how to communicate via like sun. And, like, Africa and Asia and Columbus were like, what if we just did this? And then they're like, what if we just fuck with everybody for the rest of eternity? They're going to find these fucking drawings you guys put on that goddamn cave in Indonesia. And then, like, what is it? What was this? Like, the astronauts? Was this aliens?
I just think they just had so much free time that they were able to think about this shit.
Like, well, we don't have free time now because we're like, I'm on my Xbox. I'm on my...
I gotta work.
I'm on everything.
There was I took a history class, and he was talking about, like, everything pre-civilization. And oddly enough, like, humans started in the Middle East, and then they traveled, and there used to be nothing in, like, the Americas. Like, there was no North America, South American people. They all started in the Middle East. And then
Mesopotamia.
They traveled, and they were like animals. Like, they would just hunt and move, and they would stay in small packs because they weren't civilized. They just were nomads. and like over like the millions of years they end up in the Americas, and they say it was just like that where in South America they learned how to like grow crops, but it also happened in China and it also happened in the Middle East, and they're all growing crops, and that's when like cities started, and it was the exact same time, like to the year, like when civilization started, and so that's like mostly what the Ancient Aliens things is like. How do they just know? Like, what told them, hey,
time to do
grow
this.
Crops now and just stay in one spot.
You guys gotta eat.
Your life sucks, and you shouldn't have to hunt everywhere you go. You can just put some seeds in the ground.
And then, like, irrigation shit. Like,
you could have
plumbing.
Corn?
Right, yeah, plumbing and just all sorts of...
That's why I like the fact that we're dealing with people in, like, Iraq and wherever the fuck else we have military in. Because it's like, hey, how about we worry about the people that have, like, indoor plumbing first?
Yeah.
Like, Russia's pretty big, like they could fuck some shit up. But like
sure.
Afghanistan probably like they can't even like shit indoors. So like why are we
That's true.
Why are we
I think you know how to shit indoors.
Well, I mean there's probably some people.
Anyone from Iraq is listening, please.
We have a ton of Iraqi listeners.
If you're listening to this
actually.
on the toilet right now, please fucking let us know.
But like weren't they chasing Osama from like cave to cave?
I mean, I'm sure there are caves. I mean, there's caves.
But it's just
right?
like easy to hide in a cave. Like, of course, a cop's gonna check
true.
every house in a neighborhood before.
But
like,
I am completely 0% up to date on politics. So me arguing politics.
I'm pretty sure. Oh shit! I don't know shit about. I don't do any. This. Oh, the 7.
You're just stoked because you saw another.
I just saw another commercial.
He's like, fuck yeah, California Crown.
That shit hasn't. Triple Crown hasn't happened since I think '77.
Yeah,
a Triple Crown is when a horse runs
Belmont, Preakness, and Kentucky Derby all in the same year. But how many? It's been done a ton of times though
like 10,
by horses that have like.
10
Remember Big Brown? I thought Big Brown was gonna do
Yeah.
that.
People horses get close. Some shit always happens.
Seriously though, if I ever owned a horse, I'd name him Land Muffin. He'd be the exact opposite of Seabiscuit. He'd fucking win a Triple Crown.
I think
he'd be awesome.
I think I just want to see him win the Triple Crown so I can be done with horse racing. Like, it's
You
just
can
like
just
I just
wear a
want to
crown?
It's like I saw the best
It's
thing
over.
that you can
I'm
see,
done.
and it's done. I
Check
broke
that.
the curse. The curse is broken, and
They're like horse racing is like the Red Sox to us right now.
yeah. It's like I just need to. In my lifetime, I want to. I care about horse racing a lot right now, but I really don't want to care about horse racing. I want to be done with it for a while.
Do you think there's some old dude somewhere that's like, fuck these little youngins. They're never going to see a Triple Crown in their life. I almost said Triple Crown again.
Oh, yeah.
That's
We
how
got
I,
like a wheelchair.
when I go
It's
to
like the
horse
Triple
racing, that's
Crown.
how I talk.
The
Like,
Triple Crown.
50-cent beers, dude.
50 Cent Beers is awesome, and we go pretty regularly and just get fucked up. And there's kids out there; it's hilarious.
Getting fucked up?
Kids
Kids
getting
out there
fucked
just
up.
getting shit.
And they do
man.
like emu races and like
Yeah, emu,
Ostriches.
camels,
Ostrich and
ostriches,
camels.
yeah, wiener
that's
dogs.
amazing. They ride wiener dogs.
Have you ever? Do you go to the Gulf Park?
I've never been
Greyhound
to
or
Gulf
something?
Greyhound.
Do you watch dog races?
I don't watch dog races.
I always feel like it's weird because like first off, like the dogs get all the credit anyways, but like how do the horses not get all the credit? Because you're like that jockey rode it great, and you're like, dude, the jockey fucking spanked the horse, right?
No, the jockey.
I mean,
Jockey's dope,
like
dude.
notice
fucking
my
skilled as shit.
involvement in horse racing.
Go on YouTube, watch the last race, watch the Preakness, and there's one version where it's the race, and then they talk about how he got into position and shit. Watch that shit, and you'll have a total new respect for it. It's on YouTube.
They've obviously got to be doing something, but with the dogs, it's like
Dog, that's why I don't watch the dogs.
You didn't
It's
have
a
anybody
fucking
sitting
dog.
on it.
Hauling
And
ass.
trying to go get
And
a
then did you
bone.
see
Yeah.
that baseball game where they had the monkey riding the dog and Peter was all
Yeah.
bitching about it? And you're like, I would fucking watch dog races every day if you
They
had a
had a
monkey sitting
monkey.
on a dog. Every single jockey being a monkey, that's fucking
I
brilliant.
gotta eat this shit.
All right, the big chicken fillet at
Yes.
Hardee's.
I have eaten a chicken item. This is back to the beginning, but I have eaten a chicken item for my last 6 reviews. It is so much fucking.
That's
chicken.
what someone asked you to do.
I'm just thinking I need to do that.
Yeah, you got it.
It's whatever there's commercials for, they do pretty well. So I fucking just.
That's why they're advertising for them.
Yeah,
Right?
they're basically advertising for me.
To
I feel
you.
like
They're like,
thank
hey,
you.
Owen,
You're
check
the
this
only
Oh, I
out.
wonder what that tastes like. Let me find out what Owen thinks about it. And I just eat a lot of garbage.
All right. Well, we do a segment every podcast called Answers. And
Okay.
our listeners can email us at passthegarypod@gmail.com.
Excellent.
Or you can tweet us at passthegarypod on Twitter.
Okay.
Our first question of the week comes from Greg Coase.
Okay.
And he says, after climaxing, is it tacky to describe yourself as feeling post-combobulated? I don't really know what that word means.
Because you're post-coming.
I guess, yeah, that would make sense.
Did he spell it combobulated?
No, he said,
'Cause then-
post-combobulated. I don't know what combobulated means, but it seems...
I don't think
feel
it's a real word, so the spelling might not...
Yeah, that might be tacky. That might be tacky, Greg.
It's a little tacky, Greg.
You know?
Post-combobulated.
Maybe think of another word.
And you know, there should be a rule for no yes or no answers. Like...
We don't usually have many in this. We usually have... I pretty much look at all the questions we get, and I find the worst ones. Because those give us the best answers.
I feel like I'm into some pillow talk. I'll talk. I always do I feel like I do a recap of it. Like, man, that was really good. That thing where you did that was like...
You try and make them feel good about themselves so they know they're going to get it back?
I let them know what I like, so then they do it again.
Right.
I think that's
No,
important.
it's like subscribing to something on Reddit.
Yeah.
I like what you posted there. I'll look at it again.
I really... That thing you did there, that was great.
Run through the stats.
Let me get a shortcut to that later on.
Well, let me play back the clip from...
I taped it, actually, by the way, in case you didn't notice. That
little red
thing
light.
that's not a headlight. That
See
is
the thing that you did right here
that
in
is
the
a
video?
camera.
That's what Connect is for.
So would you say it's tacky to describe your feeling as post-combobulated?
I'm a really big nerd after sex, I feel like, because it's like, I already got it, so I can reveal that I'm super fucking nerdy. Like, I'll be cool as shit that I'll have sex, and then I'm just the nerdiest fucking, like, that was great, I wish you would have sex with me. Like,
This isn't even a real tattoo.
I feel like
that was the longest I've ever lasted.
I feel like it's the first time I ever had sex. Like, I'm just, like, saying all these things, like, I'm, like, just confessing my life. Like, what the fuck am I
Crying.
That's what it'll do to you, though.
Horrible. Yeah. My real self is like, okay, I can stop trying to get laid. Like, this is my real fucking self. Like,
isn't that like I don't feel bad for the fact that a woman has not been president yet, because it's like, if you want to be president, all you gotta do is go bang every dude that you want to vote for you.
Who's
You
trying to
know?
make you feel bad about it?
Well, no, I don't feel. Well, Hillary is.
It's not even true. I know a lot
But
of
you're
girls
like-
that bang every dude, and they're
No,
just terrible.
but they don't run for president because you'd be like, well, I fucked her. She was cool. I'd vote for her.
I don't know, because then you just feel like, oh, she's gonna go to
Right,
Russia,
I guess-
fuck the Russian
I guess-
president, fucking people all over.
And then what are we gonna do
That's
with
why I
Russia?
don't let her-
Or
I
Russia.
want world domination.
Okay.
If we had a hot president, it would be over. Like,
Yeah, that's why Sarah Palin was never going to make it.
A hot chick president.
I don't know if Sarah Palin's hot. She's just
I'd
she's
like
like
to
teacher
say
hot.
that.
She's like,
No,
well,
she's like
she's a woman who's
She's like
not
a hot
fat or
librarian.
old,
she's
so-
like, compared to the others, you're like, I guess.
yeah,
You're like,
I'll settle.
yeah. You're like,
I'll
well,
brag
I
to
mean,
my
she's not at
friends.
the top of the list, but if you banged Sarah Palin, you know you'd be like, dude, guess who I just had sex with?
Yeah,
Fucking
because
Sarah Palin.
but I would say that about Rosie O'Donnell.
I wouldn't.
Like,
probably
dude,
would.
Rosie O'Donnell. Like,
Rosie, she followed
I didn't
on
do it
Twitter.
because I liked her. I just did it because it was Rosie O'Donnell. It's a story.
Yeah, the story is important.
Yeah, that's true.
When you do stand up, you'll do things.
Yeah, and
You'll
you've
do-
got to. Do you just do stuff sometimes? So I can make a bit about this.
You're like, this is a fucking horrible idea. So let's fucking do it, because I need fucking 10
I
more
need
minutes
some
of material.
material.
Yeah, I need 10 more minutes of shit.
Okay, Eric Miller says.
Who the fuck is Eric Miller?
I don't know. He fucking emailed us, dude.
Oh, man.
I'm not gonna hate on listeners. We don't have that many.
What if he's a raper?
Well, at least we've got somebody listening, you know? To each his own.
Cater to someone.
Can't be choosers.
If soup-based life forms take over, what do I throw at them?
Bowls.
I would say crackers.
Bowls.
Crackers is strong. Crackers is strong. But if they're made of soup,
That's what
It's
I'm
like they're
saying,
gonna be
dude.
like puddles all over the world. So, like, why would you throw bowls on them? Because they're gonna be hanging out.
I would give them...
Let's think about this a little bit.
Because the cracker's gonna soak them up, and it's gonna make less of what we've got.
Yeah, but they
you know? It's
when
gonna
you
help
throw
us.
crackers in a soup, they become a part of the soup.
I don't know if there's enough drugs to figure this out.
Well, that's why I picked this question. This is a
What
weird ass
contains soup?
Soup? But what kind of soup?
Yeah, is it ramen noodles?
Is it tomato
Say it was
soup?
tomato soup. Tomato soup's a bitch. Because, like, are we gonna have cheese cubes?
Well, See,
It's very acidy.
Crackers is the first. Man, they're really pushing this Belmont.
Yeah, that's all they've got on
that's all
NBC
they've
Sports.
got.
We're watching a hockey game, by the way.
Soup-based alphabet soup. Talking chicken noodle, cream of mushroom.
What's the most stereotypical soup?
Chicken noodles.
Chicken noodles.
Chicken
noodles. Okay, let's stay with chicken noodle.
Right,
because
so
that's
chicken
the most...
noodle soup life forms take over the earth. But like, my question is, are they in the bowl? Because if they're not in the bowl, they're just puddles, and I don't really care.
No, but
But you'd assume they'd be in a big bowl or a bucket while they took over.
Okay, a turkey.
As we were talking about aliens
I think
ago.
a soup in a puddle is like a dead soup alien. Like it's dead.
That's
it's just
what you see,
on the
like
street.
post.
I think it's just like a big old blob of soup flying through the air. Otherwise, it's like the question is they take over. Puddles aren't taking over unless they're like flooding the earth.
But he asks, what
which
do
would
we
be
throw?
delicious. If chicken noodle soup floods the earth, I'm excited.
If chicken noodle soup comes back, it could be the second coming of Christ because chicken noodle soup is for the soul.
Ooh, and we got meta on this podcast.
I need a cigarette.
So I mean, he knows that soup-based life forms are going to take over.
I
He just
think-
wants to know what to throw on them.
I think
I would say
capture
crap.
them in
yes.
cans.
See, that's what I'm saying, dude. You got what
Can them.
contains soup.
Sponges.
Sponges.
You would soak it up.
But what about the noodles?
You're right. Valid point. Valid point.
Vegetables still out there.
Oh, just bowls.
But like,
Throw
how
bowls,
much?
just
How
like
much are the
bowl-
like? How much of soup are noodles without like what else is in it? You know.
What planet would they come from? Soupiter? And then you make a face. Soupiter?
All right. Let's go to our next question, and that is from Greg Stefanakis.
That's a fake name.
Probably so.
That's a fake name.
Oh, hey, did you try and steal Galifianakis' name? And you were like, I can't really think of much else.
What's that Stephanopoulos guy? That guy? George
Yeah,
Stephanopoulos?
that does sound very, very similar. Greg, come on, just next time just tell us a real name. Is Medusa a bitch, or is there more to her than meets the eye?
I would say she's a downright cunt.
Yeah.
She's
We actually coined the term hard C.
hard C.
Hard
She's a
C
hard-
on the last podcast.
She's a hard C.
She is one hard C. Because, like, I mean, like, I don't want to look in her eye. Like, I know what's going to happen. It's like, I don't want to be a statue, you know?
Her hair is snakes.
Yeah. Seems like a
Snake
bitch
hair.
to me.
I mean, I would
Like,
be.
first off, who goes on a date with a snake-headed chick?
I would be a bitch if I had to live my whole life with a head full of snakes.
But, like, maybe they're nice snakes to
no,
her.
Well, she
I
did
hate
something to
snakes.
deserve that, right?
Yeah, obviously, like, that
Is
was...
she?
Probably.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know enough Greek mythology, but I would say
probably
maybe
sleeping next to Zeus
she
all
might
day
be a
long.
little. She might be misunderstood, dude.
And that shit got laid in a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, every dude's gonna fucking turn into stone.
Hey, that's not a bad thing.
If
But
the
like, if you
snakes
get turned
like
into
her,
stone
she-
with a heart on, she can have fun with you for a while, though,
You'll
right?
never get, she never go soft inside of her.
So she should just gotta get one dude.
This is how you can tell you eat too much fast food. Dogs just lick your legs. It's like
I
this
smell
Oh my
pizza
God.
coming out of
Permeate.
you.
He has
Just
the
fucking-
greasiest calves I've ever.
permeate fucking fat and sausage.
Yeah, Felicia is, she's a licker.
I actually lost a lot. I've been losing a lot of, not losing a lot of weight, but last week we were talking about our health from like an hour ago, and I ate salads for lunch for a whole week.
Just lunch.
Just
How
for
was
lunch.
that?
So like Big Macs for dinner
Well, I ate a good...
and waffle tacos for
I ate
breakfast.
yeah, pretty much. I ate a
Crammed
healthy,
everything in between.
it was a healthy breakfast. I had a nice healthy oatmeal and a fucking good flax seeds and fucking chia, whatever the fuck.
You had a chia pet?
Chia pet, just
For
lick a chia
breakfast?
pet. Fucking healthy.
They ate the grass from it, smoked a little bit of
That's
it.
what you eat in LA, man. Fucking, when I was out there, I ate chia seeds for fucking every meal. And then, so then lunch, I made salads. I took salads to lunch because 90% of my money goes to food. Like almost
Right.
all my money goes to fucking food. It's horrible.
That's the word. And when you go to any grocery store, you're always like, God damn it, how do I spend this much money on
Grocery
food?
store. I don't know what the fuck that is.
I hate going and buying food and just like, damn it, there goes my rent.
No, what sucks about that shit is being single and going to the grocery store. Because you can't, like, it's like, oh, I'm going to make breakfast tacos. Breakfast tacos sound fucking great. You buy a thing of tortillas. There's fucking 80 tortillas in a fucking thing. You buy eggs. There's
You only
6
need-
to
you only need
12.
one
Yeah,
to two
like
for
12
some
eggs.
breakfast.
Right, you only
Yeah.
need fucking 3. You're gonna eat
Yeah.
3 fucking tacos. All that shit. I end up throwing all that shit away. I'm like, oh man, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I can make that this week. You gotta buy a fucking 30 fucking sliced piece of bread. Shit. Oh, it's horrible. I throw so much food away that it's actually probably better for me to eat fast food. I throw so much fucking food away.
You really, I mean, as a single dude, you just gotta like plan with your roommates. Like,
See,
for
I've
me-
never had to do that. Really.
For me, well, yeah, but like just when you're buying your own groceries, it sucks because, like, I'll say like, hey, I'm making this on this night. You guys can eat this. Otherwise, it's just gonna go in the trash.
See, I live
I remember
alone.
in college having like 4 roommates or 3 roommates, and you're just like, oh shit, we got to have 4 dudes fit
Yeah.
all of their groceries in one refrigerator. Well, I hope I get grocery shopping first.
Yeah. I live alone.
Oh,
I live alone, so it's awesome. Except shit goes. This was what day is today?
Is
The May 28th.
Wednesday?
May 28th. Last week, I look in my fridge. We did a sketch based on it a few weeks ago. It's called Expired, where literally everything in my fridge is expired. Everything in my fridge
That's
is
the worst
expired.
feeling in the world.
I had a
You just
milk.
throw away money.
There's half a gallon of milk and it expired December 12th. And it's May whatever the fuck. And that wasn't the only. I had this was from the last time I went grocery shopping in December, and all that shit was still in there.
You
Stack
still
of
have
fucking
fast food then,
tortillas.
huh?
Oh yeah, 6 pizza boxes still in there. Because the dumpster's on the other side of the fucking.
Like you always are like, I'll buy fruit. That'll be good for me. You're
Yeah.
like, fuck. 19 oranges just went bad because I
Yeah.
didn't eat
Oh,
food.
they
yeah.
go bad in like a week.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you can't buy oranges unless you buy 100 of them.
One thing my mom taught me that I actually have learned and use is you just throw everything in the freezer. Like our freezer
Batteries.
has like,
I can't do that.
everything, dude. Like
No.
my fruit, like my meat, everything.
This is how bad I have frozen pizzas that went bad.
If they're frozen, they can't be bad, right?
I have frozen pizzas that expired. What? How does that happen?
Have I not eaten?
I bought meat. I have meat from the second week I moved in. I've been in this apartment for over 2 years. In my freezer.
Wow.
It's
That's
still in
amazing.
Well, I
there.
mean, you're gonna grow it one day.
Someday, you just cook it out, right? You just heat it up till the
You
shit
take
goes
it to
bad.
somebody else's house when they have like a Memorial Day barbecue, and you're like, "Well, I brought this.
Yeah.
Like, I brought hamburger meat." And like, that's
Like,
7
you
years
cooked
old.
it already? It's so brown. No.
Actually,
Yeah.
it's been sitting there for 16
When
years.
frozen pizza goes bad, that's you gotta get your shit together. You gotta get your life together.
Things need to start
You gotta
changing.
get your fucking life together. And my dumpster's fucking far. It's on the
Yeah,
other side
why
of
do apartment
shit.
complexes always make it like, hey, we're going to find a maze and we're going to give you the dumpster in that?
Yeah, it's like you gotta go the fuck all the way over there.
only
Where do you
possible
live?
if you have,
Well, we're
like-
going to make sure that it's all the way across the
Yeah.
If you don't have a 6-year-old child to do this for you, you're never going to take your garbage
Yeah,
out.
no, that's exactly what happens here. And you're just like, oh, that's why there's 15 bags outside in the
Yeah.
middle of the
Well,
day.
we can't do
and
that.
then
I can't do. I tried doing that where I just set it outside because when
we get fined for it.
Well, yeah.
I just set it all the way at the end of the stairs.
put it in front of
and
somebody
then-
else's fucking house. They take
And
it.
then nobody but them gets, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
no, that makes
assuming the
sense.
douchebag at the end of the stair. But he also drops out his TV when he doesn't want. And I've seen the dude lives at the end of
his
my
TV.
row. He didn't want his TV, I guess, so he just set it outside and it was there for like
If I
6
just
days.
threw it out the window, just don't want this anymore.
That would be pretty.
But yeah, fucking. And when the fruit flies show up, it's like okay,
That's bad
okay,
news.
it's time to clean. Fruit flies equal clean time.
I get that I'm dirty, guys.
Yeah, it's like okay, well, and I don't have roaches or anything like that. I don't have it. I've never really had.
You're a first floor apartment.
second floor. So that
See,
helps
if you're on
out
the
a lot.
first floor though, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Because almost anywhere that you live in Houston, especially in somewhere as moist and damp as this shit,
Yeah.
you're just like,
my
oh,
apartment-
hey, we like to hang out sometimes for roaches.
My apartment gets pretty moist and
That's
humid.
what she said.
Yeah, it gets fucking bad. So to cure that, I saw this. I have this lesbian neighbor, and she takes her trash. She puts her trash bag. She puts it in the back of her truck, and she drives it down to the thing, and she unloads it there. And I was like, that is a fucking genius idea. So I started doing it too. I started putting my trash in the back of her truck, and that bitch drives that shit. She said, "Where the fuck did this trash come from?" I'm like, I don't know.
No clue.
Probably the guy
Not
with
me.
all the pizza boxes.
Have you guys seen anything about that Google self-driving car that they're trying to come up with?
I don't trust none of that shit.
Like that's I don't know. I was looking for
trust none of that shit.
some show prep for this. We've obviously
I put a plastic bag over my fucking Kinect. So
Yeah, I don't trust it at
I
all.
can't watch me masturbate. I have a bag that when it's time to masturbate, I put the bag over my Kinect.
I don't want the fucking NSA see me beating my shit.
They can listen to me jack off as much as they want, but I have to be goddamn if they watch me.
It's a creepy kind of
It's creepy as
device
fuck.
sometimes. You're like, oh hey, you're red right now because I'm not using the camera. Why
Yeah.
does anybody need to be looking at me?
Yeah, I don't like that shit at all. I don't.
And
trust
now
it.
you don't really always have to have headsets either.
Yeah.
On the Xbox One, you can just like talk, and you're like, okay, because I have this fun little game called Plants vs Zombies sometimes, and only 8-year-olds I think play it.
Oh, I love that game.
That's all I hear.
I'm far as fuck.
And I'm just
at
like,
it.
oh, I'm cursing at these kids.
You can play against people?
You can play with people, and you're just like, fuck off, you kids that are just talking.
Because they're taking all your sunlight.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, notice
Well,
he
this
plays
has
the
been
game.
so
I'm pretty deep in that shit.
derailed.
I'm fucking in that game.
So derailed right now.
Two of my favorite things, plants and zombies.
Yeah, I never really had the fear of, the whole NSA or NRA, whatever the hell acronym it is.
I think a lot of people
'Cause it's
freak
like,
out.
what
And
the
it's
hell?
like,
They don't want, like...
if
they
you
can look
found
through
my
shit.
Google search history, like, what are you gonna do?
As a guy who eats on the internet, it's like just one more thing for me. They've seen me do a bunch of. They're over me.
I went to Sam Houston, which was like one of the top criminal justice colleges, and all of my criminal justice major friends would be like searching crap on their thing. It's like murder suicide, and I was like, yeah, like I feel like they're gonna show up on an NSA search list way faster than me. So like, and they'll be like, well, I was in college classes. I'm like, no, I was just looking at weird ways of masturbation. Like,
Yeah, I'm always. I don't know. It's like I don't trust it, but at the same, I'm like I'm not really doing anything, but I don't know.
It's just enough to make you
something-
uncomfortable.
Just something.
I don't want them
when is
keeping
this
tabs
gonna
on me.
come up,
Like, what do you guys need me for?
When is this gonna fucking? And what's funny is people are like, I don't want this fucking connecting here. You got a camera on me and shit, but your fucking laptop got a fucking.
Yeah, it's got a screen on it right now. Somebody hacks into your shit. They're looking at you.
I got my fucking phone looking at me when I'm taking a shit.
Well, and you've even seen
back of that.
Batman. You've seen the Batman
Oh,
where
yeah.
they're like, oh, hey, we can hear everybody's phone anywhere.
Oh yeah, I'm sitting here
Like-
masturbating to this shit over here, but I'm concerned about this fucking Xbox.
This is the
thing
one
over
thing
here,
I'm worried
but
about.
not this thing that I'm jacking off in front of. I've jacked off on Skype before.
Have you?
I-
Have you really?
I've jacked off on Skype. I've jacked off on. Oh fuck! Why am I?
Where else?
Fuck.
Tell us all the places you've jacked.
I've
Owen Dunn has also jacked up off.
jacked
Snapchat.
off on Nickelodeon.com.
Nickelodeon.
Zanga.
Zanga.
Ask Jeeves.
What did I jack off?
Did you chat roulette? Were you one of the guys who's like, look at my dick, I'm beating it?
That's the one I was gonna stop.
That was where I put my foot down.
I've had sex on chat roulette. I've had sex on chat roulette.
Like with a chick in the
With
room?
a chick. No, I've had a sex with a girl on camera. I've uploaded a porn. If you guys have listened to Risky Brothers podcast, there's an episode called Lane Narrows. And that is my
And I'm downloading
Tube
that right
8.
after this.
That's my Tube 8 profile name. It's fucking.
I'm writing that
It's
down.
LANE _narrows. That's my porn name, Lane Narrows. It was after I saw a sign in Austin, a construction sign that said Lane Narrows, and I was like, "That's a fucking porno name, Lane Narrows." So you can go on.
That's a pretty good point.
Yeah, I'm on a fucking new level of social media. You can go on there onto Tube 8, type in Lane Narrows, and see all my favorite pornos. Everything I've jacked off to is on there. And let me know what you think about it. You can read all my stupid ass. I comment horrible things, and people comment back to me. I'm like, these tits are horrible, and they're like, why? They look real delicious to me. I'm like, I don't want to.
They look delicious.
This guy fucking stopped jacking off to correct me, to scold me about this lady's tits.
Well, why don't we end it on that?
And I've uploaded a porno too.
You have.
I've uploaded a porno
No.
to
Poor girl.
Pornhub. No,
Pornhub?
YouPorn.
YouPorn?
YouPorn, yeah.
So if we look up Lane_Narrows, we're gonna find it there too.
Yeah, the whole story is on the Whiskey Brothers thing. You can go check that out. But yeah, I've uploaded a porno, and it's.
Is it just you?
No,
let's hope not.
I wouldn't necessarily. If it's just you jacking off, is that a porno?
Is it? Yeah, I always wondered that too.
Well, if
it's a masturbation
if it's
video.
a girl masturbating, then it is, right?
But a guy masturbating is fucking.
If you jerk off to it, is it a porno video?
If
people jerk off to the Victoria's Secret catalog.
I'd rather watch a guy jack off than watch me eat fucking food on the internet. Like that's like it's the same disgust level to me. To me, it's just you're just satisfying yourself in different ways.
Yeah. Well,
we can end on that.
Owen Dunn. Dunn of the Dead on Twitter.
DUNN of the Dead. And you can check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/ESTD, not STD. It's easier said than done. ESTD comedy. Yeah.
And Lane_Narrows.
Lane_Narrows on fucking Tubate.
Yeah, that one.
Tubate, yeah.
And then easiersaidthandone.com.
Easiersaidthandone.com. Haven't updated that motherfucker in a long time, but I need to.
But check it out. There's still some pretty funny shit on it.
Yeah, and all my upcoming comedy dates, whenever I figure them out, will be on there. And I mean, primarily Facebook is where I post stupid shit on Facebook all the time, and you can see all my videos and post all that shit. Owen Dunn on there.
We would love to have you back. Hopefully,
I'd love to be back,
hopefully soon. It's been a lot of fun.
It has been fun.
Thanks a lot, Blake Shelton, for giving us some
shout
good
out
pizza.
One time.
This is fucking big. Yeah, this is still fucking happening.
That we usually end each episode with a song, and I feel like it would only be appropriate to give Blake Shelton that honor right now.
I think
Thank
so
you
too.
for your select barbecue pizza, guys, and pass the gravy, bitches.
Pass the gravy.
Girl, I've been thinking about us, and you know I ain't good at this stuff, but these feelings piling up won't give me no rest. This might come out a little crazy, a little sideways, yeah maybe. I don't know how long it'll take me, but I'll do my best. You'll be my soft and sweet, I'll be your strong and steady. You'll be my glass of wine, I'll be your shot of whiskey. You'll be my sunny day, I'll be your shade tree. You'll be my honeysuckle, I'll be your honeybee. Yeah, that came out a little country, but every word was right on the money. And I got you smiling, honey, right back at me. Now hold on, 'cause I ain't done. There's more where that came from. Well, you know I'm just having fun, but seriously. You'll be my Louisiana, I'll be your Mississippi. You'll be my little Loretta, I'll be your Conway Twitty. You'll be my sugar baby, I'll be your sweet iced tea. You'll be my honeysuckle, I'll be your honeybee. Your kiss just said it all. I'm glad we had this talk. Nothing left to do but fall in each other's arms. I could have said I love you, could have wrote you a line or two. Baby, all I know to do is speak right from